Okay, so how's it going? We're gonna run through these demos. Gonna go through two of them pretty quickly. So the first one we're watching was that Face of Pug you played. It's a close win for you. So I skipped through knife round because who cares about that? Pistol round, you bought Smoke Molly. Um, you know, no kit on your team, so prioritize that. You got two guys with smoke with a Molly nade. Um, so I would recommend looking to get a kit. Dualies are something that a lot of people look at on pistol round. I know this is a pug, but yeah, no, feel free to just buy armor. Unless you have a plan for your smoke molly, buying, smoke kit would be better. But, okay. If you have armor there, you're going to be a lot more comfortable looking for that fight. That guy has a deagle. So if you're strafing on him immediately, getting like a cross window, it's kind of risky if they go 5 Glocks, but then you just tuck window. But letting that guy get all the way out mid and like down mid early is troll as hell. Just rotate to B. They split cat because your con player is not existent. They surely we knew they were up cat, right? Someone had to know. We know they're out mid. You throw that molly. The bomb's coming out mid as well. So they threw a con smoke, no window smoke. I guess nobody's telling this guy that they could be up cat because that guy is lost. So suddenly, if you have armor here, your fights are a little bit easier because you're not dealing with the aim punch, right? Because without aim punch, like you're gonna live longer there. You might kill that first guy. It's gonna be a lot higher of a chance, and your molly smoke didn't do anything for you that round. Second round, you buy just an HE. You're the only HE on the team, so a P250 would be probably stronger here. A smoke would be probably stronger here. The only time I'd say buy an HE would be if you're going to be nade stacking something together. But in a pug, people are going to buy their P250s. Surprised nobody bought a Deeg and trolled you like that, but it's all good. Anyways, they go for just a simple A hit. Plant default. Your teammate's P250 shreds everybody, and he ninjas. For that fight, you could have played it a bit more passive. He was playing it behind triple. So if you played like the angle here, so that he can't fight you from inside of con, it'd be a little better. Make him commit to running out. And I mean, your job is fine either way. You're just trying to delay him and stop him from running straight at your teammate. So good job either way. Um, didn't buy util here. That's a different guy. Hey, your buy's fine. Maybe get the flash, but live your life, brother man. You leave B early. It bombs down Tetra, just straight out. Okay. But you're going window instead of ticket. In a spot like this, bombs down insight. You have a guy all the way up cat. I know he's fighting, but your first priority should be getting to the bomb here. A site's a bomb site, and you have the bomb on it. Mid is not a bomb site. And if you have two guys fighting that already, you're probably fine to leave it to them. Window gets smoked anyways. Instead, right now you could be ticket, trying to help fight with that guy, and you would have beaten that ramp swing. Again, if you were ticket as well, that would free up your connector player to focus more towards connector. But it's ended up jumping out mid. You have bomb down still. Your cat player is looking back towards that. I guess he's just not calming to you. Since you have a cat player up, I would probably just leave B entirely. Right? Because you're so out of the play here. You're not playing the game unless specifically somebody caught the timing to be here. Even then, you have so many better places you could be. The timing window is open. This guy went back all the way to here, so someone could have jumped into window. Um, since he made it all the way back there, someone could technically be like bottom con walking up right now. This guy is holding ramp, and this guy's in sandwich. So everything's open, and you're holding like the least threatening element of it. So you go back to window. Your teammate's close ramp pushing, so you're probably going to lose this round. But you play it very patiently. Once again, you're still not with your team. You're playing for like random timings on the side of the map that don't matter. Like it'd be one thing if you were like back in jungle here. You could pivot between holding like the window jump in, the connector run up, and the walk out palace to help your team. But you're staying close window, so you're pretty much just focusing only on the window jump in. It's gonna be like 3 seconds before you can trade anything out A, and still con is completely open. Like this guy's jiggling it, but he could have just died right there. So while your position is covering something, it's not covering enough things. Whereas the B walkthrough definitely comes through eventually, but that guy is so slow it doesn't even matter. If you're gonna wait that long to pre-molly, you might as well not pre-molly. That's my opinion on this. It's so late, so if there's heavy numbers here, they're gonna be like coming past it. You have a guy pushing underpass, so you would have info if they're heavy upper B. So either pre-molly or don't hold your molly for the first 10 seconds while they could like get there, because if you throw it at their feet, they're just gonna be past it. Anyways, this round your team absolutely murders them on A, so it doesn't matter. P to 50 buy, you still don't have flashbangs. One thing that's kind of important mid-round as a B player is to have a flashbang so that, you know, in between jump spotting, you can come back and throw a flash over a window to help your team refight mid. Having it to jump spot if there's an opper posted, if you hear like a scope early, is a big thing you can have a flashbang for as a B player. Of course, retakes on A, another big reason to have flashbangs. You should always be buying an HE because you can get a lot of chip damage done with it, but having that, spending that 200 on a flashbang instead of the 300 on a P250 would have been preferential. A little bit of a botched nade. It probably wouldn't have done too much. It would have probably landed in the gap there, but run all the way to empty. You should be looking first of all for this fight on the right side. You're just sitting here waiting. Your cat player opens up on that guy, so he's got the front side cross. The next fight you want to look for would be bench. You're playing your life here, but you're gonna kind of get run down eventually. So usually that guy whiffed. He definitely should have killed you. He shot like 10 bullets at you before you turned. But thanks to your cat player, pretty much you weren't run down. Um, yeah, good job staying alive. Of course, that's the priority, but always be looking for that next fight. Um, you're right to look towards like the cat side usually, because the first fight's usually going to be either a guy swinging like back here or a guy coming straight through mid sight. So sitting empty and looking this way is definitely preferable. But the second your cat guy kills somebody looking this way, anybody usually anybody on the far side here is going to be looking towards cat now, if they are still alive, and anybody running through mid sight is going to be a bit delayed because they're going to have to check towards cat and see if they're going to die crossing it. So people crossing bench don't have to deal with the same fights quite as much. It's a lot harder for a cat guy to kill someone swinging across the headshot angle at bench than it is for him to kill someone a lot closer up here. At the same time, you also baited him a good bit. If he didn't get that first kill, or if he got traded after that first kill, it would have been a very different round. This round, you don't have an HE. Buy that fourth nade, because holy shit, it'll be handy. You do the jump spot in the corner. I prefer to jump spot just straight across, keep it simple. because I don't know, my eyes suck, I guess, and I can't fucking see when people cross. So if someone comes across on me, I swear to God, I never see that shit. So you're rotating day. They could be close spawn. You're aware of that. They kill one. Bomb's rotating late. They go back B. Push back to the rifle for the retake, so you know it's gonna be one. How many bullets did you have? One. Okay, so your teammate died from the get right guy, and you spot that guy there. So you know one was still get right because that's the guy that killed your teammate. He didn't really have time to go anywhere. You would have heard him if he left, and of course, why would he leave? Get right's one of the best spots to post plant. His teammate planted default, and you saw him jump away. So he's not going to go. His teammate could kind of be doing one of two things. He's either going to look towards cat here, or he's going to look and hold apps and kind of tuck car. Either way, your job was going to be to try and find a kill. You have this like perfectly mapped out. They give you both positions, so this should be pretty winnable. And you're kind of like stopping. If you walked straight up the second you saw that guy, I'll show you what the little bits of time you lost there. So from here, you're shift walking in. See that guy? Game's on right now. If you shift walk straight up this side, then you're gonna have a one round. So you stop and like jiggle a little bit there, trying to like cut off this angle. But you should know this guy has to hold like so many different things. He has to focus on. He's probably gonna be looking towards the market window jump out because you weren't there with his teammate to trade. He's not thinking your cat immediately. So you stop and jiggle again. If you didn't stop and jiggle, you'd be right here, and he would have been jiggling like past you. He would have been jiggling here, and it would have been a lot easier for you to get that kill. But that little bit of timing mattered. You're buying a P250 again. You have no smoke. Yeah, that's a weird decision. That's all I kind of got to say about that one. I hate my mouse is on the screen now with the new demos. It's annoying. Anyways, bombs out ramp. Guy con killed your teammate. Get the first kill. Kind of lose control of that in the second. Now you're upper in the 1v1. Kind of want to rewatch this round. I feel like I missed something. I feel like there's something coachable in this round that I wasn't paying attention to. So early round, they threw like a B fake on you, but you're 2-2-1. You don't have a cat player. You didn't jump spot. You didn't see anybody. You just want to be like out of there. You only heard what, one flash? Or was there two flashes? What did this guy throw? That's haunted. He threw what? Yeah. He comes here. He throws smoke. He throws he throws one shitty flash. Then waits 3 seconds and then throws another shitty flash. And that's enough to get you all the way to tuck into empty and bring rotates over. You didn't hear any footsteps. You didn't see anybody. He threw a smoke and two flashes, and suddenly you're leaning back into 2-1-2 and you had like a really good read. And bomb down ramp with 2 kills. What happened at A that kind of caused this round, I guess, is the next thing I should kind of look at. So, that guy finished throwing his fake. This guy's palace. He makes noise dropping. And he lines up 2 with bomb. And nobody moves a muscle. Did he see bomb, or is the bomb just like... Hero had bomb on him. Did he drop it before he died? Yeah, he did. Did we hear the drop? Sorry, I'm fast forwarding too much. No, I don't think so. Well, good. But getting 2 there is a goddamn joke straight up. That shouldn't have happened, but that guy's playing a silly angle, and that leaves him all alone after getting those two being on 1 HP. Manages to cost triple, which I don't think people would be ready for, but they find him. Your flash helps with that A retake. And I guess looking at these fights, you want to be looking to control the fight a bit better, right? Because after this, see, there's two engagements. First one, you're there swinging with your teammate. Trade that, and I'd probably be strafing. You need to get moving. You kind of like jiggle back and forth a little bit, and the guy swings into you. If as soon as you kill that first guy, you start strafing left, that second guy's going to have a much harder time hitting you. And yeah, he closes up the round. Once again, you're not buying a full belt of util. You're still missing a smoke. Like, you need to buy that. Like so many rounds can come down to you having that smoke. Anyways, your team go for a mid fight. Right. And teammate just wins the round on his own. So you're playing casual or something. You're only buying 3 nades. Doing the silly jump peek again. See him? I didn't see shit. I'm gonna be real. Underhand smoke. Good reaction. You hear him drop. Oh, staying empty there is fucking maniacal. But your cat player deals with it. It's peeked from the windows. So on. So one thing I will say is throwing the smoke here is, I would say, subpar. Most people are throwing it like here to get like the cross between the pillar and truck or van, and that lets you play angles like inside of sight right there, less not having to worry as much about people running through the smoke to bench. It lets you hide jail behind the smoke or bench behind the smoke. Um, this smoke is a bit more passive, and I feel like you do enough passive things already when your immediate reaction to seeing flashes upper B is to run to empty, right? Just focusing on controlling where they could be as much as possible is part of playing B. Because you want to filter them into like the front sight positions. You want to filter them to spots that your cat player can crossfire with you, and into spots where rotators don't have to worry about them being close already. You want to make sure it takes them as long as possible to get to E box and get to like close market, even if you go down with the ship. So you buy a P250 again. You've spent close to $1,000 on P250s, and they have never paid for you. It has never been worth it. You haven't pulled it out or fired it the entire time. So looks like they're going to go for a 9-yard underpass push and kind of interrupts that. Bomb's up there. You just go empty. They have your cat. You don't need to worry about this. Probably a better angle right now would just be sitting like close to the pillar holding the open window. Because once again, you're just very passive. I get your teammate left you, but you guys have full mid control. You don't have to be afraid of. Because look at, you're like afraid of that timing now, and you're still looking at cat. Your teammate rotates in, and because you were so passive, he has no idea there's a guy sitting on top of balcony right now about to kill him. But that guy jumps down and tries to plant because he thinks you don't exist. So pre-molly. You see him. That's bomb. Flash mid. Why are you glitching out? You just spotted bomb up B. You just saw the bomb. Did you not know it was bomb? The reason why the corner jump streak sucks. I don't know if he showed up on your minimap or not. But yeah, you shouldn't be leaving here. Doesn't matter what the fuck's going on today. You have 2 guys on site with a guy in ladder. If they lose A, that's on them. But you just come to window just to be in window. You being here serves pretty much no purpose. Right? If you wanted to like go for a fight or something, try and like peek out window, that'd be interesting. That would make your rotation worthwhile. Ladder room guy's taking a lot of attention. So there's space for you to take a fight. But no, he's just ready for you to peek out jungle. And bomb goes down on your site. So you didn't have much of a reason to leave. Your team was in an okay setup. I know they went down a man, but still, it's in an okay spot. You bought Flash HE instead of a Molly. Right? 'Cause you can buy a Molly for that much now. It's 500. Or is it 600 now? I forget what the price is. It's 600, right? I'm trolling you. But Smoke's probably stronger than buying that. Just so you can have a bit more delay. Because your HE did no damage. They're all out on your site. They go straight for the plant because this is level 3 face it. They should be jumping out the window and crossing close here. So once again, playing empty is strong because it stops them from doing that. But they still go straight for the plant and get killed for it. And that's the end of the half. Cheeky little B rush. You bought armor this time, so good lad. You're a bit passive. Being the guy with the bomb, I guess, you know, pissed around, you want to be in there taking space, especially with the Glock. You should be default right now, and you can plant, your team has backside. Right? But you come out eventually, so it's alright. Cat player dies. Trade your site guy. Guy comes out market. You win these rounds. Ooh, okay. 1v1. He was there somewhere. Both sides saw him on the left side and destroy him. Okay. Good pistol, man. Shit. Alright. You're a locker. So, the fuck is your team's buy? Face a level 3 moment, you win pistol, and everyone buys a deagle. Alright, cool. You also don't buy full util, which is also strange. You could have a smoke flash extra here. Like, how do the CTs have the ability? They've got a rifle and an SMG. You guys have just deagles, man. Like, this is some silly shit. Someone threw a spawn smoke. The guy jumps top ticket and only has a USP. So one thing I kind of like that you're doing here is, you know, you're being just the kind of the guy that's playing safe and making sure shit goes smoothly. As the only rifle, being the only guy to throw util once you come out on site is kind of sketchy, but the under molly is kind of important, so throwing that's good. Con smoke. What a con smoke? Where's that land? Oh, he didn't jump through. That's where it landed. Pretty sure that's a lineup for a con smoke. Which I mean is good. There's a lineup I prefer from spawn, which lands faster, so you can kind of swing and it lands about the same time as your window smoke. That's sketchy to peek like that, but all good. Oh, that guy strafes back into your bullet. Unlucky for him. But yep, plant the bomb. They're both B players. Close it out. Things start getting worse from here. You buy Molly flash nade. You should drop the flash, grab smoke. Like palace flashes. Through one, that first one was kind of no reason. You just kind of sent them a pager that, hey, we're coming A this round, especially with no top mid presence. So you're going into a stacked site. Orca goes 1 for 1. You missed the initial trade, but get it back eventually. You got dinked though. That guy only has a deagle, but Kobe's you because you got dinked. And then your opera's left 1v2. Or scouting. Get scouted. So there, you know, that first flash, your teammate's not coming through with it, so, you know, make sure he calls it. Or, you know, say fucking cancel once you throw that flash and he doesn't go out, because winning that round afterwards is pretty much impossible. Okay, this is awkward as fuck. You got two guys reloading next to you and you're holding a molly. Super Crad's crazy though, so all good. Tries to jump window, gets punished. You have no nades. It's 30 seconds left. All you did was sit underpass this round. And you guys are making out on Cat, doing this whole slow dance routine, and that's just actually kind of funny. XD. Window smoke. You could have a flash here, but you didn't buy one. You could have had two flashes here because you threw your smoke, but you didn't buy them. Your team all bought down to 0 except for Super Crad because he's a fucking special needs player. This guy is just still sitting here. So you wait out the smoke. Go the first one to peek. Yeah, no, that's just a shot you kind of have to hit. Spraying's kind of troll there, but I don't know. You should just first bullet him there. That's a shot that I'm sure you hit most of the time. So don't get too hung up on it. Okay. So you want to just full hide here, make this guy do something. He clears jungle. You making sound cues? You making sound cues? Staying still and letting him like run across site like this. You let him go like just a little too far because he got to clear Tetris. He went all the way and cleared Tetris before you fought him. So either like be positioning yourself around the box to try and like play ring around the rosy with him, especially when your teammates jumped out bottom mid. Because he needs time to get back into the picture. It's not playing it for him. But yeah, is what it is. No armor, low HP against a rifle is just kind of a loss sometimes. So, you threw smokes. You guys going? No, there's a smoke there, so it's impossible for you guys to go. You guys playing the same angle on the bumper. You threw all those flashes, and then still went through the smoke afterwards. So, that's a bit silly of you guys. One thing I would say about this round is, in a pug, while it's cool that you can be the guy throwing the util to set people up, if you got a team full of absolute pussies like this one, you want to be the guy making first plays. Doesn't matter, you know, if that's not traditionally your role, someone's got to do it. So try and be flexible in that regard, and you know, learn some set plays that you like to do for yourself. Because I feel like this whole half so far, you've just been kind of like watching and seeing what your team does and throwing util for them to do it. And a pug isn't a place for that. It's just not gonna be consistent enough to rank up. Because you're relying on your teammates to win rounds. And while, you know, your teammates should be able to win you rounds, you also need to be able to win them rounds. So yeah, once again, like, you're throwing nades for these guys, and it's helpful. And you're in a spot to, like, pick up some trade frags here and there. Staying and fighting this angle is troll as hell, especially if you have bomb. Your smokes have expired. So you need map control. You don't need a kill, you need map control. So pushing through the site is probably your best bet. Because you were pre-aiming jungle like you knew he was there. I'm sure there was a comm. So that guy got a kill already. Oh, he didn't commit to the spray. We're good. But yeah, just keep moving, get the bomb planted. You didn't know where the second guy was, so he could have been CT. You're throwing the old stairs smoke. That smoke is a problem because it bleeds all the way into sandwich, so someone can hide in sandwich in the smoke. Doesn't matter because your jungle smoke missed. So that's awkward. Oh, someone re-threw jungle. Not quite. That's not a jungle smoke either. Okay. So you guys get the first kill anyways. You molly under balk. Good trade on that guy. Jump across. You get legged because your jungle smoke's not there. Another good thing about the new stair smoke, I'll show you as well. It bleeds down this side of it, so you can cross towards default without a jungle smoke if someone's opting like the pixel gap from behind the corner in jungle. Guy tries to ninja but fails. Very nice, very nice. Where am I? Okay. Your teammate smoked window. You smoke con. Coming up for B. Just have an underpass lurk here. No one's going out top mid. So you threw. I don't know what nades you guys are trying to throw. You're making this way too fucking complicated. Exactly. Uh-huh. So yeah, Pug, turn your brain off a little bit and go shoot people. You're trying to like throw every molly and every smoke in the game, and like it's good to know those smokes because especially in your league match, which I'm going to talk about in pretty much a completely different manner. It's like a different game. Well, both times you're playing Counter-Strike and the nades you know will help you. Uh, when to use them is, a big part of of playing the game. Because when you're playing as a team, the openings are going to be a lot less. They're going to be taking map control against you properly, even in open, right? They're going to be doing things a lot better than Joy Boy over here with his 2 and 19 KD would. Nope, window smoke. Missed it. I'll show you my window smoke, which is just a very slightly bit different, but it lands consistently for me, so just in case you'd prefer that one. It's pretty much the same lineup, just a little bit different. Anyways, 1v1. OT or bust. And that guy swings out like a monkey and dies. Perfect. So, before I get too rattled by everything, I'm too lazy to get a refrag server, so we'll just do a Counter-Strike prac server. Okay. Start on T side with those nades I was talking about. So, first one is the window smoke. The way I line it up, you line it up here, and then D jump throw, which I think still works. Yeah. The way I throw it is this black line to the middle, and then D jump throw. And that's the way I usually do it. It lands a little bit further to the left, so that it's a little bit harder for someone to play on like the sawhorse angle up here and spam through, which is annoying as hell to deal with. Anyways, the connector smoke, I haven't thrown this in months, so I might miss this. But I think it's... So you see these like little staircase kind of designs on this carpet? I think it's the second one, and then jump throw. And that will land inside connector and bloom all the way to the top like the one you're throwing from top mid. Except you can throw it from spawn instead of coming out into this corner. And then the third thing I was going to show you would be the new stairs smoke. The one I throw is from the same spot as the jungle smoke, so usually I'll say, hey, drop me a smoke up here. I can throw both beginning of the round. So this jungle smoke's the same. This corner, halfway up, left click throw. The stair smoke, I use that little emblem to line up. So there's that like line on the side of it. I throw that right to the corner and then just left click throw. And the way that pops, it will bleed down this side instead of the side and towards sandwich. So you can still molly sandwich, but this side will be blocked. And that also lets you cross to default. And they only have like a pixel here. So it's a lot harder for an opera to hit that shot than it is for them to hit, many other shots. But this lets you come all the way out and clear like under balk before that opera can take a shot at you. Is a cool thing about it. So you use a lot of smokes early round is kind of something that you did constantly, which is very important to do in a pug. But late round smokes like this one for top connector, if I remember it, I think it's just splotch, isn't it? I mean, that works, but that's not the way it's supposed to land. Maybe it's further right, just off the side of it. Yeah, that's what it is. So just off the side of this brick on the bottom of the stairs, that'll smoke top connector. That's something a lot of people will do late round if they're kind of contacting out A and combine that with a molly into jungle to prevent anyone from playing the aggressive angles in jungle. Of course, someone could be back here if you want to throw your molly a little differently to get back there. You totally can. It's your life. Throw it closer over there, and someone here will be burnt out. Anyways, those are kind of the nades that are important to throw. The old stair smoke, like I said, I'm here and line that up for you. So it's just here in the middle of all of that. The way this lands, it bleeds down into this side of sandwich so that somebody can hide in the smoke here, right? Like someone can just be in here. And then they can sneak out pretty much whenever without making a sound cue halfway through your exec and kind of fuck with everything. Right? It makes sandwich an angle that you can just no longer clear at all. So keep that in mind when you're throwing it. Then the final part I would talk about before we go into your... So I'll talk about two more things. One will be how you guys take space at A, right? Like you guys liked your A smokes, so I'm not gonna throw the lamps. So you throw jungle, throw stairs, you throw CT. Everyone knows that. That's how you play Mirage. So what comes next is something that a lot of people kind of miss out on. Is you take the site, you plant, smoke comes up. There's like 6 spots you can play from on the retake. You can be close spawn, you can be triple, you can be default, you can be sandwich, Tetris, firebox, under balk, ramp or palace. None of these, depending on how you plant, you're either spammable from here. People recently have been planting off like a bit, like back here on this line, to avoid being seen from spawn if you're planting here. To avoid being seen from connector if you're planting there, and to avoid being seen from jungle if you're planting like back default as much. So people have been planting here a little bit more. So that's something to keep in mind. But no matter where you plant, it cuts your angles so that you can play the bomb down quite a bit. So if you're planting default, you can't play Tetris or ramp because if a CT makes it default and they have a kit, they can stick it before you can get there. If you're planting, default or triple, then you can't play from jungle or con because if a CT can get here and stick it before you can stop them. Back default is an open plant that a lot of people use. This side of triple is an open plant, but it's spammable from everywhere. Cat plant, super common, but of course it has its own problems of being very, very open to deep cat. Right? So that's the problem with planting around triple. So what's the solution to having all these shitty spots to play from? Is getting advanced positioning. So when people throw A smokes, right, you're gonna see them try and do something with them. Whether it is more in a team aspect as well, less in pugs, but whether it is only throwing right side smokes and just fighting spawn instead, or waiting for close to smoke fade and just phasing these smokes, letting them fade while you're inside them, and looking for fights that way. Um, what a lot of pro teams are doing is having a late guy come back and throw this smoke that I mentioned for top connector, and then fighting on the smoke fade here to take jungle control. Or, of course, flashing through the spawn smoke and fighting close. Or, waiting for the spawn smoke to fade and just brawling out here. Or, yeah, any of those options just to have somewhere else you can play. Because if you're deep spawn, there are so many better options for you to play this post plant. Right? You can sit back here, you can flash with your peaks, you can play crossfires from there, you can sit missiles, and it's pretty hard to clear this guy. But it's a lot better than a lot of the positions you can play in sight, right? Because under Balk, you can just get spammed straight through the wall here. If you're playing Firebox, you can get naded and spammed. If you're playing default, you can get naded, mollied, spammed. It's just a nightmare to be in sight. Playing ramp, you have to plant in a spot that can get spammed. So either like reverse default, triple or cat plant, or even like back here, which is a little safer, but it's a lot easier for them to fight it from spawn. So yeah, just keep those kind of points in mind. I know I'm kind of rambling, but if you want like clarification on any of that, let me know, and then we'll hop into the second demo. Also a Mirage game, coincidentally, I didn't mean for that to happen, it just kind of did. So yeah, if you feel scammed and want a different map done, let me know. But this was the map you played on your league match. So this one went very poorly for you guys. In this demo, instead of looking at like kind of the individual things, I'm gonna be looking a bit more at big picture stuff and how you're playing as a teammate, rather than the micro mistakes that you made. This round, armor buy, head towards B. Do you know any of these guys? No, none of these guys are in the other game. Okay. So you're staying kind of in apps. As one of the guys with armor, you're not the bomb carrier. You want to be getting out and taking space. If you're buying like a P250 or something, if someone's dropping you like a P250, then it would make sense for you to stay apps and take like the long range duels and kind of hold down lines for your team. But you managed to come out. Guy fights door. You got the tray. You got that. Makes it out. You're in a bit of a pickle, so you just take a fight. Both of you guys mutually whiff. You make it to bench. Your teammate's in an okay spot to play this one. They're running low on time. That guy's doing a bad job of covering. He does enough. So yeah, close pistol, but a W. So absolutely massive. This buy round. So you need rifles. Nobody on your team's buying a rifle. You have 5 MAC 10s. You better have a damn good plan on how to use those. So if you're going heavy B, so a common strat would be, mid rush. Leaving that pretty open. Who's that? This guy's the only guy holding it. And if it comes in, he might get one and die. That'd be a good scenario. You see one nade ramp. That should throw a little bit of suspicion into you. And you only spotted one. You're not pushing B. You should definitely call to cancel on any B plays right now. Right? Because it's definitely not an A stack. You only saw one guy who took an info play on ramp. That's not something you do if you're, alone, if you're, heavily stacked on the other bomb site. Or shouldn't do, I guess is what I should say. But you guys go ahead with the B hit. And this guy reloads his Mac with 20 bullets in it. And we're planting before we have backside control. This execute is not a full execute. What did we... Half your team saved a bunch of money. I've got issues with this whole round. So this guy could have an AK. This guy could have AK armor and some util, but he just has some back 10 head armor. Guy, he bought some util. That's good. So like, but why do we have so much saved money? This isn't an eco round. You guys won the last round. You should be looking to buy into this one and control their economy. And half their team forced like just too much to buy next round. So winning this round would destroy their economy for for the next 3 rounds, right? Because even if you win this, if you win this one, they're gonna be broke next round. They're still gonna be doubled. They're getting 24, so they're gonna have to eco. All right, because this guy has 1300, this guy's 1000, 1300, 700. They're not gonna have enough to buy rifles next round, if even if you win. So you're taking that first kill. So you lose the pick towards B, and you guys still continue with it because that's the set strat. That guy overcommits because he wants a Mac 10, I guess. This smoke is troll as hell because it lets them hide in it. But you're here to come up with the late flash. Coming in. Trade that guy. And you need to be out making space right now. You barely got that plant down. You know they're going to be backside now. They're flooding in. Your teammate had kind of the right idea to help out in sight. That smoke bit you in the ass because the dude was hiding in it and came through and kills two. And you're in a 1v1. It's planted for you, so this is a very winnable round. Okay, he's off. Oh, that's terrifying to do that. You gave him a very good chance to win that round. If you sit in this corner, it's pretty much bag secured. But you gave that guy a chance to just kill you. He got 3 shots at you, and he had time to defuse if he kills you there. I believe you had time. I could be wrong. I'm not going to go back and check. Anyways, you're going for an early base setup. Once again, you're throwing the old stairs smoke. Are you going to throw it or not? It's 110. About time you throw. They have full mid control. This guy's about to flank you T-spawn. How long have you been waiting to throw this smoke? You've been waiting to throw this smoke for 20 seconds. Right? So, let's look at this for a second. You go to line it up at 140. Takes you 5 seconds to line it up. 4 seconds. Why are you holding it for 20 seconds if it takes you 4 seconds to line up? Right? You could be holding something. You could be standing here staring at T-spawn. Just for this flank specifically. Okay, so 30 seconds passed while you're holding that smoke, and you die to a flank. Is there a reason that you're holding that smoke for so long? What are your palace guys seeing? They're not smoked. Why are you delaying this A hit for so long? There's no reason to be doing this. If you're smoked, it's one thing to hold it for like 20 seconds, okay. But then you don't really need to hold it. You can look at T-spawn. But you guys aren't smoked. You're waiting 45 seconds off spawn. Did you throw anything out of spawn? So like coming out of spawn here. You guys threw a late window. That's not fooling anybody. They've been peeking for the last 10 seconds. This man might think like, oh, okay, here comes the mid pop. Nope, he sees nothing. It's like, all right, mid's clear, guys. He's gonna be stacking A now. So while they flank you, they have 3 guys on site. This round is unwinnable. It's just a bad call, really. It's a bad call that you know, anybody should be able to say, what the fuck are we doing on this? Anyways, full eco here. You're saving for an op? No, this guy's saving for an op. What are you saving for? Why do you have 3,000? You could buy a deagle. You could buy a scout or something. You can have fucking whatever you want. You got 3 grand. You can spend a whole grand of that. So, you buy Molly Nade Not a full nades and a smoke. Okay. You could buy a flash too. You could have full nades. You bought a P250 as well, which is a waste of $300. You could have had that P250 last round and actually used it instead, but you have it this round, and I can bet my life that it's not going to come in handy. Okay. So this mid take is kind of subpar. So what does this connector guy see? Is kind of one of the big things. Where the fuck am I? So is that your guys' connector smoke that missed? This connector sucks to play nowadays. Because if that smoke lands properly, it spreads to the top, this guy doesn't see shit. So that's one kill you guys would have avoided. This guy should have killed that guy twice now. 3 times now. Was that the Deeg? Okay. But you guys got stuck up on this connector guy because the smoke missed. So make sure that that's a very important smoke to land. Because if it doesn't land properly, like it did this round, it's essentially a one-way for them to fight connector like it was in Go. Can you bully this guy for his V model for me? Thanks. Just make sure you do that for me. It would mean a lot. Shout out to my boy Deadman because he has the same V model and I bully him relentlessly for it. So this round, your team makes I would call it a strange economical choice. This guy wants to hero AK. Right, let's go back to the very start of the round before anyone bought. So this guy's got 46, 4K, and everyone else is about 2,500. So you could get 2 rifles out. Yellow, you can get a Galil personally. You don't want head armor. It would kind of suck. Like you can run a Mac, Tech 9, shit like that. But in a 3-2 game, they've won the last 3 in a row. You should cut your losses, take an eco, and have an actual gun round. Instead, you guys force down. You have 3 Mac 10s, a Deagle, and an AK with no util. You have a total of 2 smokes to play this round out, and a molly, and then HE flashes. Not even a lot of that. You're just kind of brawling A main here. There's no pressure anywhere else on the map, so within 20 seconds of the round, they have 3 guys on site. Within, within 15 seconds, they have 3 guys on site. Within 20 seconds, they have 4 guys on site. Good entry. You have no jungle smoke here. You just have a stair smoke and a CT smoke. Like I said previously when I was in that little practice server, focusing on having like a plan for a round like this would be important. This would be the perfect round to throw right side smokes. Focus on killing the idiot that decided to play in sight early, which you did perfectly. But if you had this smoke and the jungle smoke and the stair smoke, no CT smoke needed. You would have this default plant. You'd have like 2 guys in spawn, and this is a winnable round. Instead, you're stuck sight. Their whole team's jungle because their rotates are shit, and you didn't abuse it. And you're in a spot where, oh no, what are we going to do about this? 3v3, they have better guns, they have more util. The only thing you have going for you is an after plant, but it's planted default, so nobody's in a spot to play the bomb. This guy's going to cross the site, and you lose the round off of it. So they trade you guys out. This guy's ramp, and he might as well disconnect from the server because he can't win this round. Never mind, that guy just can't find the bomb. So you're going to win it for some reason. Alright. Yeah, you should have lost that round 6 different ways, but the other team is also bad, so you won it. That guy is an absolute brainlet running through underpass. So you kill the underpass player. What? What happened to that guy? What? Go to those 2 guys on the other side of the map. Were they just dry fighting a ramp again? And one of you guys gets scouted a main. And one of you guys gets scouted mid. The same dude. Sees that jump spot. I don't know what your opera's posted on, but that should have been a free kill. As an opera coming into B, you should be looking for this jump spot specifically. He holds right here, he wins this round. So look at this meatball of a jump spot. Look at this guy. He jump spots straight across like a barbarian. He gets opt eventually because he's even worse than that. You make it across. You know the opera's market. That's the only B player left. You killed the underpass guy, which would be probably the cat player. You saw that opera. You saw your team saw the scout in con. So you're saying max one here. There's an opera market. That's probably the window player. I should be out here. You should be jumping out. You should be looking for space. Instead, you're waiting for your teammate to come. You have no util to get this space afterwards with. So you hear a scout there now. So you know the opera's probably moved door or into back site. You heard the op shoot, right? Yeah, he did. But I don't know. He just ops you both. You just need to be taking the space there. You can't afford to sit in palace down a man. They know where you are. They saw bomb. They saw everything. Anyways, Glock round. You guys gonna lose this one. 40 seconds. You have a Glock, no armor. Is there a gun down somewhere? Who's the guy you killed? He has a rifle. There's an AK bottom mid. So, you know, waiting some time and then going to grab that. And you can save that. That's fine. Make sure you get it though. Get it or die. Okay, you're saving a Glock then. So instead of having an extra, what, 2,500, 2,400, 2,400? I'm terrible at math, yeah. You would have an extra 2,400. So you would be at 40, what, 4650. That's an AK, util, armor, the whole shebang. You're stuck here with 2250 and a Glock because you didn't die. So yeah, make sure you die there. Better to give them that $300 to, especially because they're rich as fuck. You know they've got money for this round. They're doing okay. But you could have an AK if you just died, or made a play for the AK, or even then you could always just full fucking gamble and jumping out B with the bomb, and maybe you get a plant. And it's more money for your whole team. But saving a Glock is never worth it. You end up getting an AK here, but once again, you didn't even spend all your money. You still had 1,500. So you could have armor here with your deagle, but you chose no. That pathing is maniacal. That is all I have to say. So this guy's opping con. Look at this guy's sightline. Let's just stop that for a second. This guy, he jumps out mid behind you, kills the bomb planter. He's looking at jungle, sees you, misses a very easy shot that wouldn't have been available for him if you pathed a little differently. Bomb was down. Where exactly was it down? Where are you? So you grab the AK. Bomb goes down bottom stairs. So you could have gone essentially. Bomb was down like right here. So you could have gone like that and then just walked back. Just a little up. You know, and he's going to be looking at this angle still. He wouldn't have seen you. You could run back to default, plant here, be completely safe. 2 versus 1. You play, you know, teammate tucks missiles. You can play under balk, or you can stay default, ready to swing off this side in case, you know, he peeks your teammate. Anything like that. Instead, you come out here, you give him a very hittable shot. You should not survive this. And you manage to tuck in here. Playing a spot that you could be spanned by that op. So there was a fluke that he kills you and, you know, becomes a 1v1. Especially because you don't have armor. A body shot just kills you there. He switches to the AK. So your teammate's in the more committed position. You should bait him. Make the CT swing all the way in. Your teammate, he can, jump spot, fuck around, do a little spamming. Get loud and make this guy clear him. Right? Except you're swinging that. You're giving him a free kill. Yeah. Bait your teammate there. Bait the shit out of him. You don't have armor. That fight's so losable for you. So, did you buy a smoke this round? I swear to God. I have full nade set, man. That 450 and that P250 are not doing anything for you. Not good economical choices, my friend. Okay, once again, you guys don't have mid control. Yeah, they have full mid control. They don't feel threatened in here. So that's kind of what's punishing you, is you guys haven't been able to get very many mid rounds. Jump through a moment, feel that. Okay, you molly jungle. You get flanked. Because they got all the map control in the world. You guys are just getting absolutely red. Okay, settle down. Your fucking spray control is coming. You're like, the way you're spraying, you're like pulling down way too much early there. You just settle down. Your gun's not a fucking fully automatic fucking bazooka. You're not fighting Brandon Herrera's AK-50, brother, man. Just one bullet at a time. Anyways, Toji, he gets shit on. Hate to see it. Okay. Galil, smoke HE. You could have a flash once again. You guys threw what in mid? What'd you throw? Just window? No flashes. No top mid smoke so you can cross safely. Yeah. So those are kind of the things I'd look at. I don't know, you just kind of got caught with your pants down there. You're coming back ramp. Your teammate just died ramp from stairs. You throw a smoke, you're loud, and that guy's gonna peek into you because he kind of heard you just run all the way up. Yeah. So that's the half. Do you have anything prepared for CT side? What do we got? Buy that smoke molly again. You're the only person buying nades. No kit either. No upgraded pistols. That guy bought a deagle and swung mid. So, yeah, you're getting trolled against. Your whole team's dead by a minute 30. Not much you can do about that. B2, 5-7. Easy your way into jungle. 5-7 works out for you. They kind of know. You have no bullets. Hate to see it. Here you could have a smoke. You could sell your nades, get a molly. You could buy what molly smoke here? Well, how much is that? You spent what? 700. You could buy a molly here still. Buy molly flash. Might be a better choice. HE does smoke over HE is probably a better play. Gives you a lot more chance to delay it B. Here you buy HE. You guys nade stack ramp. You're kind of layering these nades, so allowed that guy who would have been caught in the nade stack to get a kill first. You guys all just said, alright, throw it blank time, and you're all through. That guy just eats them and dies. So, you're fucked here. Managed to squeak out one with the MP9, but that's the game. So we're going to go back into that offline and talk about specifically a bit more big picture things about mid control is something you guys just refuse to do. Straight up. And then, oh, my loadut's not working. There it is. All right, so yeah, like I said, window smoke, connector smoke, throw those two. Throw those two. This is the way the smoke should look. Of course, you know that. You threw it in the pug, and it was landing just fine. So you fixed your lineup, but you know, someone here should not be able to fight you guys top mid. A lot of teams are throwing. God, I don't remember the smoke. I think it's this. With that one. I think it's that. Could be wrong. I don't throw this shit ever. But it's the smoke that lands here. It just lets you cross barely here and lets you get all the way to like mid boxes safely. This has been kind of like the more meta top mid smoke. I don't know if that's actually the proper lineup for it, because I never throw this thing. But yeah, it lets you get to mid boxes. It lets you play close to the smoke. You can spam anybody trying to run up along like the catwalk there. And then once you're out mid, you know, usually a guy top mid will play here with the smoke for himself, or you know, someone's back there ready to throw flashes if it gets mollied, and you can come out, kill anybody here. You'd be combining that with the window smoke, give this guy a bit of space. Um, it's kind of an alternate to throwing that con smoke, because some people with this con smoke, CTs might throw their own lurk smoke in front of it and play like out bench, looking for underpass, or looking for the catwalk run up, or you know, they might sneak out here and look for kills around here instead, and then be able to safely retreat back through their smoke. So that's kind of an alternate way to approach mid. Um, you guys just decided to leave it more often than not, and one thing that I would say, you know, bring this to your team, of course, if you're still going to play with them. I don't know what's going on with your next season or whatever, but focus on kind of game planning big pictures for the game for each match. Talk as a team about how you approach each map and what you want to condition the other team into. So, of course, taking mid control as a T, it's not as simple as, you know, throw this smoke, throw flash, and it's yours. Mid control is something that they're going to contest, and they're going to look for fights on you in. So they're going to have their A player throwing flashes over early. They're going to have their connector player making lurk plays through the smoke. They're going to have their cat player swinging off the flashes, maybe getting into the ladder room. They've got options galore on how they can play around mid, and you guys just need to make sure that they don't feel safe playing in mid. Because that game, they felt safe playing through mid. They felt safe coming through TV. Like there were like 3 or 4 rounds where someone just got all the way through TV as a CT, and it's like, wow, you just lose the round. Like specifically that first gun round, it's like you guys had protocoled that you wanted to do these A smokes, and you wanted to sit here and you want to throw it this time, etc., etc. And like, sure you can do that, but what's the goal? What's that conditioning? And in a round like that where I don't think they had the best rep weapons. I think they had a couple SMGs. They should do something to get info, whether it be like an underpass push, whether it be a top mid push, whether it be boosting someone B apps and letting them walk through, or whether it be like, I don't know, a walk close ramp. Throwing those delayed nades are more of a liability than an asset that you can punish them into on that round. So that's all I'm going to talk about for now. Of course, in my opinion, what you have most to improve on would be focusing on like, you know, micro things, finding ways to get kills, as dumb as that sounds, being a bit more aggressive, especially with how you play B. There were so many rounds that you're just sitting back here letting things happen to you, you know, because you're not safe back here, right? They could swing you from all sorts of different angles. It should be, you know, your goal is to, you know, get one and then fall back here, or drop this smoke like I talked about, and then you can play here and you can crossfire with your cat player who's playing in the arches, right? Or you can throw that smoke and you can sit around jail and try and bait them to come through it. Or you can hide in it and, you know, pop out behind default guy while he chat taps to plant. Anything that mixes it up, because you were very one-dimensional with how you play the site. The other thing I would talk about would be jump spotting. You always do this jump spot, which I hate it. I don't have the attention span for this shit. So if I'm jump spotting, I'll be jump spotting like this. It's a bit more passive. You can do it either way. Just make sure that when you're not jumping up like this and going straight across like everyone's screen. Try and keep it a bit lower and try and keep it a bit safer. One thing I talked about with a flash, middle clicking a flash above the window there and jump spotting with it. The timing works perfectly. You won't blind yourself, promise. You just jump. Just make sure you throw it and then jump. And any opper is going to have a hard time hitting that shot suddenly. So protocol that if you hear an op upper B, and just kind of focus on continuing to jump spot and making sure you have info up here. You didn't get a chance to have your cat player pre-molly for you. Make sure that they're doing that for you. As a B player, it's the most helpful thing ever. Even at a pug, like feel free to just ask them to pre-molly upper B every round for you. If they don't, fucking shit out of luck, I guess. But hopefully they do. But yeah, just finding plays, being aware of what you can do to get a kill, trying to find gaps instead of being so passive and being the util bitch the entire time. Because being able to being able to know lineups and throw util is it's great, but like I said, you have to know when to do it. And pugs are a great experience to just say fuck it, I don't want to throw this util this game. Maybe I'll throw a window smoke for every round, and that'll be the only piece of set util I throw. I won't throw any flash for the A players. I'll just go run around and kill people. So yeah, focus on doing that. One thing you can do in pugs, focus on just working a specific part of the map. In your league match, you were kind of a floater. You were going with the pack, playing that supportive role with the pack. So maybe in your pugs, focus on throwing mid nades and taking mid, or focus on being the underpass lurker, which is going to be a pretty supportive role depending on who's doing it. So look at that. One thing I recommend to everybody, especially like when you're trying to start taking your game up to like the next level, is focus on. Try watching pro demos. Don't focus on what they're doing. Just try and reason out why they make the choices they do. And it might be for dumb little reasons like, oh, if I path like this, it makes it easier for me to find this kill. Or if I throw my flash like this, it'll blind this angle as well. Or, me throwing this smoke at this time pulls this rotator, etc. Just like focus on little things like that. And then finally, the last thing I would talk about is when you're doing your own demo reviews in the future, focus on specific things. So try and find. So if you're gonna watch a demo, focus on say your crosshair placement, or focus on your positioning, or focus on gaps you might have missed and how to recognize them in the future, or focus on how you're taking your fights, whether you're jiggling properly, whether you should be strafing wider, avoiding where people are placing their crosshairs, etc. like that when you're taking fights. So a helpful way to that is look at the enemy team, look at how they're fighting against you, and do something against it to counter it. But yeah, that's kind of all I have for now. If you have any questions, yeah, feel free to DM me. I'll be sure to respond to you. And yeah, thanks for the chance to do the demo review, I guess.